by George Mason got a win at home, and I'm ecstatic. Why? Because we're coming off back-to-back losses in Richmond, and we needed this win if we're going to maintain kind of staying in that top 4 spot. Obviously, the big loss in VCU slightly hurts the standings, but if we win tonight, kind of keep us right in that running. You got to give everything to Javon Green and Reuter in that first half. They kind of kept us afloat. LaSalle hit a 3 to have a 2-point lead in that half, but kind of felt like we could score at will, just needed to get some stops, and that's exactly what we did down the stretch. You look at Justin Kier and Otis Livingston. I don't believe Kier attempted a first half shot. Otis maybe had 2 or 3 points, and they both ball out in the second half, finish with 14 points for Otis, 13 points for Kier, just kind of doing everything. Sal couldn't stop us from getting to the bucket, and I think we kind of exploited that all second half long. But I caught up with Javon Green after the game. He's always swagging out, and this is what he had to say. It's Bryan Lawrence with By George here with our guy Javon Green. Ultimate green light tonight, starting it off with a 3. I believe this was your highest scoring game of your career. Talk a little bit about that.
I mean, it is, and I'm proud of it. But I couldn't do it without my teammates. They push me every day in practice, and it's the work I'm putting in. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had a meeting with Coach earlier last year, and, like, I'm a freshman, so I wasn't really putting in the work. But now, like, before games, I'm working out 2 times a day, 2 times before the game. So I feel like that's really carrying over to the game time and when I'm performing.
You had a Zion-type block where you got all the way to the corner, got your hand on it, which was huge because obviously they're a good three-point shooting team. And then you also took another charge today. It's got to be over 7 charges on the year. You've talked to us a little bit about your defense so far, but how are you finding the energy? Is it because of working out? Are you just grinding in practice?
I'm just grinding in practice. And mainly it's the leaders, Justin and Otis, they get on me when I'm slacking, and they also tell me when I'm doing things good. But, going back to the Zion play, like, what I'm saying, I was really actually looking at the video before the game. I was showing Ian, I was like, yo, that's crazy. And, I kind of did it, not nowhere near what he did, but I had a little tip. But, it's just energy plays that we need. And I feel like that, turned us around. The charges, Justin took a charge, and I took a charge. So I feel like, that's just helping us in every way to win the game.
Back-to-back road games, I'm sure you got to be happy to be at home. Is it a big difference playing on the road and playing at home?
Yeah, it is. But we usually, we play good on the road, but it's nothing like home, what I'm saying? We feel comfortable. Fans, they come and support, cheer us on. So, I love playing at home, but, what I'm saying? We go away when the next away game? I think it's like next week or so. So we just got to come to play.
It's one game at a time, right?
Just one game at a time. But what I'm saying, we just got to come to play every game.
If you can do it for us, hit a hashtag PhilEBA on your next tweet before your next home game. We always like to look at his finesse. He's always swagging. Can you zoom in on the Gucci sandals for us?
I just pick your boot. That's some Gucci flip-flops.
Again, thanks so much always for doing an interview with us. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
All of us armchair coaches were wondering, why did we continue to trap on the hedge? Why did we continue to trap on the block, given that LaSalle is the best three-point shooting team in the A-10 up to this point? At one point tonight, they were 10 of 19, 5 of 7 in the second half. They went a little cold. And I had a bunch of people tweeting at ByGeorgeGMU, why do we keep trapping? And people were suggesting we need to make an adjustment. Paulson kind of pointed out that, that's kind of how we've been playing all year long. You're not going to change the way you play now. This is his exact answer.
Coach, just to speak on the defense a little bit more, I noticed you're kind of trapping off the hedge and also trapping kind of in the corners a little bit there. Was that the game plan? Has that been the game plan for a while?
Yeah, it's been how we've defended really all conference play, really. And we've been really good. We're not going to let guys beat us off the ball screen, and we don't want to let guys beat us off post-ups. And then what's happened is now teams are scheming for it a little bit. Now we got to be able to get to that second defensive rotation, that second action. And at times we did, and at times we didn't. At times we did, and they still hit tough guarded threes. So I think we're still very much a work in progress defensively. And we got more headroom, to to really become outstanding defensively. And the other thing I would say, to Steve's question is, we just talked to our guys about focusing all your energy outward in terms of defense and being a great teammate and not worrying about, if you, like, guys are going to go through mini slumps. It's a long season. Guys are going to have open shots and they're going to miss them, and other teams are going to play really well, and all you got to do is just scroll through the scores on any given night. In our league, some kind of crazy results in our league over the weekend. In every other league, it's a long season, and so there's ups and downs. And the biggest thing we got to do is generate all your energy on the defensive end and support your teammates. And I think tonight, when guys made mistakes, there were a couple times where we made a mistake, we turned the ball over, and then somebody stepped in and took a charge. Somebody stepped in and did something on the defensive end. That's what you have to do, and I think like one of the last plays, in the game, we got down late in the shot clock, and it was a little scattered, and then all of a sudden we got, I think it was Jordan Miller on a backdoor cut and put it in with 1 or 2 seconds on the shot clock. And that's the kind of poise and playing for each other that we need, that maybe wasn't there as much as we'd like in our last 2 games.
Just panned over from DP, the man. I got us another win. Needed it. Always honest and fun to talk to in the presser. There's not much more I can really say. It was a full team effort tonight. Huge win for us, and we just need to continue to hashtag PhillyBA. I don't know if you saw our signs again in the stands, but we're trying to improve, our student section. Got to get them to stand up. So if you're a student watching this and you're in that student section, there is no reason for you to be sitting on your hands all game. Get your ass up and root. All right, guys, this has been By George. Again, that's a win over LaSalle, 84-76. I'm going to leave you on this. Otis Livingston, for the first time in Mason history, recorded 100 assists in 4 straight seasons. That's amazing. The guy leaves it all on the line. Whether we want to talk trash about how he's playing this year or whatever, he gives Mason Nation everything he has, and the boys at By George are appreciative of you, bud. We're out.